What's going on, guys? I want to cover a couple of trade setups that myself and some of the members in Evolution Traders took off the open. So a lot of these videos that I'm going to kind of share with you guys is a lot of the things that we're looking at in that first hour. Obviously, there's setups that are going on all day in price action where we can kind of play all day. But for you guys, I think it would be highly beneficial to kind of see what we were looking at off the open. Now, I've been pulling a ton of data on a ton of market data for the past 6 months on typically what does the market do more often than not. So one of the opening pieces of information that I was kind of expressing today was anytime the market opens up where we have a little bit of a gap over the previous day close, that gap tends to get filled if it opens up higher around 70% of the time. So this line that you see here, this line of 20,000 around 21,236, this was the gap, okay, that if we continue to push down would get filled, okay? So around 70% of the time. So I want you guys to kind of stay with me here. So if market opened up here, right here, and I'll highlight this one. If the market opens up here on that candle, okay, and we're kind of pushing through this previous little swing low from pre-market, then if you're looking to take like an opening drive play where you're looking to get in short off momentum, but you need a price target to kind of pin yourself to of measured move, then you would go after that gap. Because if the data is telling us anytime the NQ gaps over a previous day high, meaning we're opening up the session higher than where we traded on the previous day session, around 70% of that time that gap gets filled. Now, whether that gap gets filled and continues lower like today, or it fills, sweeps that liquidity and then bounces, you don't know. But on an opening drive play like this, you can definitely use that information, because even on this first 5-minute candle that starts to push down, you can even allow that first 5-minute candle to close here and then take the following, which is a second 5-minute candle short, and have a price target to be filled into that gap. And even if you did that, that's a 20-point move, right? From getting in on an entry here and taking profits here is around a 20-point move. So even if you're trading one mini contract, you're looking at almost a $400 winner. If you're trading, let's say 5 micros and you're taking 20 points, well, you're making $40 a contract. Okay, so you're making around $200 on that potential move very, very quickly. Now, the next thing to do is, if you're able to take that type of trade, then what you can actually do is tell yourself, I'm a one and done trader. I don't need to really expect anything else out of the market today. You're going to also find something very interesting that I'm going to get to in a moment. Now, for me today, there was a lot of traders on the gold member side of things who took this short position down into this gap fill, and then they actually, continued to ride it for a little bit. Great. I personally let it go. I did not take this trade. Okay, my first trade that I took was actually long, and once I was looking at that gap get filled, I looked at one essentially below, right? This is what I was telling myself. This is the analysis that I was using. Once we got below that gap fill, okay, once we kind of shredded that level, I was taking this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, and I was telling myself, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive red candles since filling that gap, okay? Since filling that gap. But we are coming off of consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive red candles. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of information. Over the past 6 months, the NASDAQ on average, gets anywhere between 5 to 5.5 consecutive red candles before there's some type of reversal. That does not mean that we can't go over 5 candles, but what it can be telling you is that if on average, anytime you see consecutive same color candle movements, you can definitely look for that change in trend short term. And because we were over the 5.5, I don't know where this is going to stop. I don't know if it can continue another 9 candles, 10 candles, 11 candles. I don't know that. But what I need to see is a definitive stop, and then I need to see some type of bullish reaction. And the bullish reaction that I'm looking for is an engulfing candle, and that's this one. What is an engulfing candle? It's a candle that takes out a previous candle's high and low wick and closes over the range. For me, that's enough to put a stop loss here at low of day and enter into the trade once we engulf the previous candle, once I see no more momentum. What's giving me the confluence? Those 8 candles in a row down. Now, I know that the NASDAQ on average, once it gets to going with the same color combo scheme and it goes back to back to back to back, I know that on average 5 to 6 candles before you see some type of reversal. So we've automatically overshot that area. I'm looking at a stagnant momentum, right? I'm looking at no more momentum to the downside with a definitive engulfing candle here. I want to be long here in that engulfing candle. So I'm getting in long closer to the close and I'm looking to scalp that. Now you can use low of day as a stop and try to ride this back up into a level of supply. You can take it for a quick scalp. To be honest, I took 2 mini contracts and I took 5 points. Okay, so that's a quick $200 winner, a quick $200 winner on this little spike up here. We kind of consolidate, chop around. We never lose that low of day, and it continues to push into the 20 SMA. One thing that I wanted to point out is look at where the dead cat bounced at, and look at where it got rejected. At that gap fill, guys, at that initial magnet that we were looking at that initial push down that we were looking at to fill the gap, we pushed right into it, pulled right back down, chopped underneath that area, and then once we lost this little range, we really started to float, which the next macro trade that there was initial balance low. If you guys don't know what the initial balance low is, it's the first hour range of trade. You guys need to mark it out on your screens each and every single day. Once we lost that initial balance low, notice this, guys, notice this. Look at how we came down, tested initial balance. We were holding, and then as soon as we lost it, amazing short trade here. I know a lot of traders on the gold member side took this low of day break. Some people can call it a low of day break, but what really was it? It was the initial balance breakdown. So anytime you get to breaking out of that initial balance, you can definitely take those trades, whether you want to take it for a scalp, you want to take it for a little bit of a longer trade. You would always use, for example, a previous 5-minute candle high as a stop. So your max risk would be there. Your max risk would be here. Your entry would be below, and this would be the range, right? It's a little off, but that would be the range that you would be playing. So your stop loss would be a break over that area, and you would hold this down into your price target. Now, price targets can be, they could vary, you know, depending on the amount of size that you're trading. You could look for a quick 3, 5, 10 point take profit, or you could look for something like a 1-to-1. So in this particular case, if you're going to enter in at 1 p.m. on the initial breakdown, a previous 5-minute candle high as your stop would be around a 17-point range. So all in all, you'd be risking about 20 points on this. Let's just give or take 20 points, be about $400 if you're trading 1 mini, but you might be looking to target 20 points, guys. So that could be a $400 winner. Now, I took this trade, but I took it on a few micros. I was already in protection mode, trying to protect the profits that I have here. Took it for a very quick ride. I think I took $50 or something off of it, nothing much. But again, that's one way you can play it. So these are some of the setups we were looking at today. Again, was there some 20 SMAs that set up today? Absolutely. Did we get stopped out? I personally got stopped out of one, but I'm finishing up the day up up $458 and some change. Again, I did take a loser on one of the 20 SMA plays. I forgot if it was which one was it? I think it was this one here. This one here at 10:35 in the morning. We made that push. Kind of silly me. I should have not gone long into that resistance, that gap down resistance that we closed off there. But again, got to stick to my strategy, got to own it. I did take the loss on it. That's okay, whatever. We ended up making money back again at that particular time because I was trading 2 mini contracts. I was already green on the day, so it's not like I went to red or went to negative. That's also another thing I want to discuss with you guys is that if you catch an initial opening drive play, or you catch a reversal within the first hour, and you make some money in the first hour of trade, definitely cut your size down in half. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Go into protection mode. Anything else you make, just consider it, lunch money, coffee money, whatever. But you're not looking to hit those home run trades, especially if you make money in the first hour. That'll really, really protect you from going green to red on the day, and it will really protect those emotions. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a recap on what we were looking at. The initial short position, again, anytime we open up over the previous day high, typically that gap gets filled around 70% of the time on the NQ. So we could look for that gap to get filled. Again, that happened off the first 10, 15 minutes of the day. We filled that gap. And then you can start to look at, how many consecutive same color candles do you have? And did we overextend that average? And if we did overextend that average, then I would look for some type of no momentum follow through and some type of engulfing candle or some type of doji or inverse hammer or hammer candle, depending on if the move is long or short. And then this was the long trade that we took. Again, you could definitely target the 20, you could target the gap fill, or you can take it as a scalp. The choice is yours depending on position sizing. And then you can look for the continuation pattern back down, or you can look for the break back up into that range. Again, we never really got it. It kind of just swept us up here. This was the loss that I took. Again, this was the lost trade that I took there, but this was the winning trade that I took there. And then I took the initial balance breakdown there. And I also took this 20 SMA here back down into low of day. So again, I didn't cover this one, but this 20 SMA play here, right? That 20 SMA play that I took short, again, I took that play in anticipation that we get down to the low of day, previous low of day. So quick little trade there, and then double backed in on the initial balance break here short. So again, multiple different trade ideas, but this was being talked out live on the chat. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely join Evolution Traders Gold. You guys can jump in those calls whenever I do go live. And again, there's a lot of good conversation going on in the chat rooms as well. I'll see all of you guys on the inside.